Hello everybody, this is Jose Williams, aka Mr. Man NYC to my buddies on the road. And today's Sunday I'm coming to you from the Bay Area. Not necessarily San Francisco, I'm actually here in Vallejo behind the Target, or that's French for Target, parking lot here to discuss the Obama trip to the Middle East. As we all know, it's been all over the news that Barack Obama gave a very impressive speech at Cairo University in Egypt. I want to discuss certain points about that speech. One, I got to give it to my president, to our president. He is a master of the written word. I thought he got his points across carefully, intelligently, articulately. He was excellent. I mean, let me just go down the list here. One, he quoted the Quran, which was a tremendous sign of respect to the Muslim world. He was also very even-handed regarding Israel and Palestine and other Muslim countries. He was the first president in to my recollection, to ever put Israel on notice that those settlements are illegal and need to stop and be pulled back. He wanted to partner and have a partnership within the Muslim world with America. He reaffirmed our limited engagement there in Iraq. He qualified, which was very important, and I'm sure was very important to the Muslim world and all these Arab countries, that he qualified that the war in Iraq was a war of choice. A war of choice. And the war in Afghanistan was a war of necessity. He was humble and showed a genuine humility to all those that he spoke to. He also, I believe the purpose of this speech was to reach out to the moderates within the worldwide Muslim community, to gain their respect, help them to understand American vision and this new American policy and road to a road of partnership, and not a road coming from disrespect, and a road that's going to tell you what to do, which the United States, as he said, has done in the past. I think it was, from what I understand from listening to many reports, was widely heralded as a, I don't want to say triumph, but most Muslim countries and Arab leaders and Arab academics found his speech and his efforts to be what they wanted to hear. A new path forward, a new relationship with the United States of America, coming from a man, a president of one of the strongest countries in the world, that now will work with them in partnership and not dictate to them what we would like them to do. And I think that is the way to go, because what I believe our president is doing, he's going to isolate the extremists like Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah. Once he's developed a relationship with the moderates, he can then isolate the extremists, and the moderates and the general population within these Arab communities will be able to get rid of these extremists themselves, which then will not require us to go in and fight with them. So also I think he's to a degree, and check this because I want it to be noted, I believe to a degree he's trying to isolate Israel as well, by holding their feet to the fire to the commitments they made and all the treaties that they made, to which most of them they've broken. Not to say that they're still our friend, but you know what? Israel, you got to do what's right, because you have broken many agreements that you have signed, starting with these settlements way back. So I believe by reaching out to the Arab communities and getting them to do what's right, he then leaves Israel no choice but to follow suit and come to the table for a two-state solution between Palestine and Israel. And I believe this is very strategical on his part and very, very smart on the part of our President Barack Obama. So I believe in regard to this, soft power is now the method. Soft power diplomacy is the method of moderation and speaking to people that we don't necessarily understand that well, or at least the general population of America doesn't understand that well. He does. And speaking to them in a language, like I said, he quoted the Quran, in a language that they can understand, and with words that are not disrespectful, as those many agencies have reported. He did not use the word terrorists because terrorist seems to be code word for Muslim here in the United States, and that's not the case. So I think he did a masterful job. I am so proud of him for doing that, and I believe this country should be very proud of our president. I have to say that the only place that he received negative press was here. And from who did he receive it? The goddarn Republicans. The Republicans and the neocons of this country, or some Republicans and neocons of this country, you guys have got to find something else to rant about, because this president is going to take this country where it needs to be where it needs to go on the path that it needs to be headed. For the 4 or 8 years that he is in office, and you need to get behind him and give him more strength by supporting his efforts, because nothing up till when he went over there to the University of Cairo has worked, whether it was Clinton or Bush. And you know, none of the Bushes or Clinton has been more successful in the years of their office than that our president was in the 1-hour speech that he gave. So mucho kudos to President Barack Obama. This is Jose Williams coming to you from the Bay Area. Carry on, sir.